We've got new vehicles, new devices, egg-laying chickens, and some crazy leaks. This is the first update of the 2.0 era. Let's go. I can't believe this is our first official update of the Creative 2.0 era. Now, 1.0, folks, this all applies to you guys as well. Now, before I get too much into what we actually got, I want to talk about something we did not get. I was actually expecting that we would see player counts in Discovery here. So Tim Sweeney did this big live stream with Cypher PK, Lachlan, and Ali A, and in that they said we're gonna push live counts this next update, but it clearly didn't happen. Like, look, here's a Reboot Royale. Like, I click on it, there's nothing with player counts, nothing like that at all. And honestly, I don't even know how to find like 2.0 maps in Discovery. That's a big issue they need to solve. Even in browse, there's no like UEFN category or 2.0. I mean, I'd love to see some sort of differentiation. At some point, all of the maps will be 2.0 anyway, but I don't know. Okay, before we get into actual updates, we got to talk about some leaks. Now, it's been a long time since I've talked about leaks, guys, because I was part of the alpha, and as part of the alpha, I wasn't allowed to talk about any leaks, really. But that alpha is over. I now know nothing about the future. I don't have access to any like advanced tools that nobody else has access to, so we can talk about leaks. And the first leak that's really cool here by UEFN Creative is that Epic updated the icon for the boss designer. Woo, guys. Well, I know some of you guys were saying that, you know, in the UEFN game launch, there was this really cool boss fight, and you can just make your own bosses, right? Well, this was the absolute max UEFN can do. This was made by Epic's like best developers, and none of us really know how this was done. We know this was all real, like this is a real boss fight and everything. It's just kind of beyond us at this point. So having a boss spawner like this will help you be able to track where players are going. Maybe we can change the skin of it. I don't know. I can't wait to see what a device like this looks like in the hands of Creative 2.0 developers. And then on top of that, it'd just be awesome to have the Storm King and the cool wolf boss. I mean, gosh, I can't wait for that. All right, now into the official update. First cool update is in the wildlife spawner, is that now we have the spring chickens. I actually haven't looked at these at all. Let's just try this out and see what it's like. So one thing I love about UEFN is the games launch up so fast. Like, I'm instantly in this game. But here's the spring chicken. Now, supposedly they lay eggs. Whoa, 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 that one popped up right next to me. Look, they have all the cool, like, spring, Easter colors. Oh, one just laid an egg over here. Look at that. Oh my gosh, they're laying eggs. That is hilarious. And then you can consume these on the ground. And this one has, like, hopping abilities. And I think this one's a heal egg. Actually, I'm not positive. Yeah, I think that one heals. You can see that it's now giving me shields. Okay, that's really cool. I think we got those as well as consumables. I'll double check. But I love that we got the brand new chickens with the update that came out today. Like, I hope with UEFN, maybe we'll just get stuff right away. I don't know. Oh man, I love that they just lay eggs there. That's so funny. Oh my gosh, guys, I just found out something pretty funny. So if you're sprinting and you pick it up, it like gets caught in your hands. Do you see that? That's hilarious. Wait, I gotta do it again. So here, I'm gonna catch this while I'm sprinting. Oh wait, I gotta hold still first. Just a funny little bug where there it is. It's just stuck in my hand. Oh man, I love little like bugs like that. Those are my favorite. Oh, interesting. After I ended that game, the eggs are still there from the chickens. Are they in my UEFNs? Okay, they're not in UEFN. That is kind of weird. I'm not really sure what to think of that. Well, that means we probably have the consumables. Yep, look, there they are, the hop egg and the heal egg. I'm showing this in 1.0. I'm sure they're in 2.0 as well. Yep, there they are, the heal egg and the hop egg. So in 2.0, when I just drop that in, the nice thing about it is it comes with the spawner. I know we've talked about that before. Then when I come over here, you can see it's in the spawner right there. Although preview there is not the egg, but it's cool that we actually got those eggs right away. Since we're talking about eggs, we also got the brand new egg launchers. You can see the 4 variations right up here at the top. Let's just see what this looks like. I have not seen this at all. I mean, it's just like the normal. Wait. Oh, I thought they weren't gonna explode. That has a long wait time to explode. Okay, that's interesting. But nice to have the weapons that Battle Royale gets right away, because we still can't customize weapons. I'm hoping at some point we can just make our own weapons and we don't have to wait for Epic to add weapons, but that is just currently how it is. All right, Epic also gave us a new channel device. And once again, I'm showing you this in the 1.0, and this works in the UEFN editor as well. Just easier to show in 1.0. The way this works, it's basically just a trigger, but it's a little bit different. So in a trigger, this gets set off, and then you can have it set off however many events you want. Now, the difference with this is you can have like a different thing that sets off the trigger. So right here, I can have it when I pick up the hop egg. Now it triggers everything else on the map. I can have it trigger the wildlife spawner to spawn, or I can make it so the player 1 spawn pad is now disabled, all from picking up the egg that I've placed over here. They don't want that to be triggered by the egg. I want it to be triggered by, I don't know, something else. Then I can just change the one thing from the hop egg to when the player 2 spawn pad is activated. I don't know. Okay, now there's a few new settings in in your user interface here. So first under settings, there's an edit mode enable pickaxe. Right now it's turned off. You can turn it on right behind my head here so that I can use my pickaxe in edit mode. I actually like that you can also turn it off so it's not in your way. Also under the UI tab, the very bottom, you can turn on and off your health, your resources, and everything else like that. So right now they're off, but I can turn it on. You can see now I have my health, I have my sprint bar down there, and all of my resources behind me. And then when I turn it off, there they are. It's all gone. There's no more health or anything like that. I actually wish I had more options to turn off all of the stuff around, like my memory and everything, just so I could take better screenshots and stuff. Just make it so we can choose what we want. Now, also under settings, there are these 3 new options here for energy. So you can see under energy, if I reduce this to like 20, now my sprint is like really fast. Like I only have it for a second. Now, I guess you could have kind of gotten that before by just making it so it consumed more energy faster, but now it's much easier to control. Same thing with the recharge amount, like how fast it recharges, or if there's a delay in between recharge, like you could just change it to where there's a 0-second delay in a recharge. Let's see what that feels like. We sprint, we run out, and then it recharges instantly. So actually, I kind of like that because it doesn't give you infinite sprint, but it makes it so you almost have infinite sprint. It just slows you down a little bit. Could be useful for death runs and different levels like that. Before I move on to the last cool update, I need to talk about like UEFN versus 1.0 for a second. We didn't get any patch notes or anything for UEFN. Now, that doesn't really surprise me. I feel like right now they're really going to be working on fixing bugs for UEFN, but we don't even know what bugs were fixed. Like, I don't even know what would be new in here if they added stuff. Like, did they give us new materials? Did we get new environments? I mean, like, so there's just a lot of stuff that we don't really know how Epic's gonna communicate with us in the future when it comes to UEFN versus Creative 1.0. I think if they made some major adjustments to UEFN, they'd probably tell us in the patch notes, but I don't know how that's gonna work. So we're gonna figure this out as we go forward because I just don't know what it's like. When they add a device like the Nitro Drifter, it affects everyone from 1.0 to 2.0 because this is such an awesome car. I mean, first of all, it looks fantastic. It doesn't look like you can change the paint style, but every time you spawn it, it looks like it is a different color. I wish they'd give us more options with that where we could actually change what it looks like. But let's just jump in and let's try this out because this car is probably one of the best cars in the game when it comes to like racing maps because it has the ability to drift, and I feel like the drifting ability makes it so much better for racing maps. I just feel like the skill level with the drift is so much higher than some of the other cars. Now the octane is really awesome as well, and actually I'm not sure if this has boost ability. Let's see what the options are. Boost enabled off, you can turn that on. Ooh, okay, that makes this car much better because now I can boost infinitely, move really fast, and drift at the same time. Like that makes for a really interesting race and getting just the right, I don't know, feel to it. I'm curious with this car though, how it feels on some terrain. So I'm just creating some terrain here. Kind of want to see how this car performs on it, and maybe I'll make a quick road. I'm not gonna make this road too complex here. I'm just adding some elevation to it a little bit. There's lots of tutorials out there on how to make these roads. Just updating my game here. Woo! And check it out. We got this cool road. Let's jump in our car and see how it is. Oh, whoops. My road has a bunch of grass sticking through it. Well, you know, there's ways to fix that. I'm not gonna fix it right now. Check it out. We can drive along this. Let's see what it's like on the grass. You know, the grass actually doesn't slow us down too much. Now, I'm pretty sure this interacts with other things. Let's just double check. I just want to test out a movement modulator here. See if it affects the car. Okay, let's see. Here we go. And yes, it affects the car. Holy cow. And my goodness, do you go fast on this? I'm not even boosting. And now when we're boosting, man, this is a really quick experience. That could be really fun on a map with the giant terrain. Whoa, wait, careful. It is not stable. It's really fun though to drive on these roads though. All right, yeah, okay, maybe don't use the super speed. Regardless, it's nice to have this in creative for both UEFN and 1.0. Great update. I still can't believe we're in the 2.0 era. My goodness.